So I've had my iMac for about a year with a 1 terabyte drive in it. It's been actually almost exactly a year or so, give or take a couple of weeks. And I looked today and I realized that I have about half of my storage space left. I've eaten up 500 gigs in a year. That's a lot of space going very, very quickly. So I need another solution. So I thought about an external 1, 2, or even 3 terabyte hard drive to keep me going for a while. That comes with an extreme level of nervousness that I'm going to have all of my data in one place, and if one drive fails, I'm going to lose everything. That's all of the photos that I take in RAW, which are 10, 12 megs a piece coming out of my Canon 5D. That's all these videos, the RAW formats, the iMovie projects that come with it, pretty much everything. Any other photos that you take off to the side, phone photos, things like that, documents, movies, music. I've paid for a lot of this stuff. I don't even know how much I have, which means I'm going to have to reaccomplish this library of music and movies. This is a problem for me. So I've been thinking about different ways to go about it. The first thing was to back up to that 1 terabyte time capsule that I showed you. Not use it as a router, but use it just as a backup device. That gives everything there on my iMac and everything on the time capsule. A little bit of redundancy, both drives have to fail at the same time. That doesn't solve my problem of expansion though. I still have 1 terabyte and a 1 terabyte copy. That no longer gives me the ability to grow. I started looking into upgrading my Dropbox, but I don't need everything in the cloud. I just need it somewhere a little bit more secure at home, that if a drive fails, I'm not going to lose it all. So I think I've decided on a Drobo 4-bay. I'm not 100%. I got to call them tomorrow. I still have some questions, but I'm thinking the Drobo works. I looked at an HP Media Smart and their website's so miserable I closed that immediately. I looked at an HP ReadyNAS, but the price of that is just astronomical. So I need to find another solution, and I think the Drobo may be it. There's the Drobo, which is 4 bays at USB 2.0. There's the Drobo S, which is 5 bays, USB 3.0. And there's the Drobo FS, which is file share. I don't want the Drobo FS. As cool as that would sound like it may be, where it's on your network and everything can access it, there's problems with that. It's going to come into play when I talk about other backup services, cloud services. So that's not going to work. So now it's the Drobo or the Drobo S, 4 bay or 5 bay. Well, the Drobo is $399. The Drobo S is $699. 1 bay is more than twice the price. So that pretty much tells me that it's going to be the Drobo. 4 bays, 1 terabyte drives are $70 a piece. 2 terabyte drives are like $110, $120 a piece. Probably going to start with two 2 terabyte drives, which gives you 1.8 of usable space. You end up with 929 gigs of usable space to you. You lose a lot to this RAID technology that helps mirror and stripe your data across the drives in case you lose something. So that gives me 1 terabyte of usable space right now, which is exactly the same as I have in my iMac. How is that any better? Well, 1, it's striped across two drives, so if one fails, I still have it. 2, I'm not going to offload every single piece of data from my Mac, so all the crucial stuff goes on the Drobo, and the little piddly stuff that I don't care about stays on the iMac. So that's good. That's also only 2 terabyte drives. I can add 2 more 2 terabyte drives. I can add 2 more 4 terabyte drives. I can take out those 2 and add in up to 4 terabyte drives. So it gives me room to expand. I have half a terabyte right now, but I ate that up in a year, and my videos are coming more frequently, which eats up space. I'm downloading more things, so I'm going through this space at a faster rate. So I need to have a solution in place. So of the terabyte I'm going to have free, I'm going to use probably 400 gigs right off the bat. It leaves me 500 gigs or so to work with, and then that'll grow, and as that gets closer I just throw in another drive, replace drives, etc. and so forth, and this thing will last me for a while. By the time I have 4 terabyte drives in there, I'll be ready for something else, and there'll be something else out there. So Drobo 4 bay, I think it is. I'm going to call them tomorrow and we're going to talk and see what's up, just to be sure. That aside, the other thing is backup storages. You've got Dropbox, 2 gigs at a time. That's good for moving small files, bunches of small files, a couple of big files across all your devices. Not really a backup plan. I'm looking at SugarSync and CrashPlan. Sorry. CrashPlan is $100 $30 for multiple computers per year, $50 a year for one computer, unlimited storage. So that's what I think I'm going to do. So the problem is with the Drobo file share, the Drobo FS, you cannot back up to CrashPlan because it's a network device. With the regular Drobo plugged in via USB that's mounted as a drive volume within my operating system, I can back all that stuff up to CrashPlan. So I can take whatever's pertinent from my iMac, put it on my Drobo for redundant striped array, also back up from the Drobo and the iMac directly to CrashPlan for $50 a year. Unlimited storage. Not a bad solution. I think that's the way it's going to work. I was really hoping for Oxygen Cloud. I spoke with a friend of mine about it today, and I was really into that because what that does is that allows you to use your Drobo as a private cloud. So that way Drobo works like the cloud, the way Dropbox's cloud works, where everything syncs across your devices using Drobo. But it's only meant for enterprise, so you can't use it as a personal user, and it's very, very expensive for the enterprise. So Oxygen Cloud's not going to work. Dropbox gets very expensive very quickly. I'll still keep my free Dropbox for moving small files across, but for backup, I think CrashPlan is going to be the way to go. I'm going to look more into SugarSync and see what their details and their particulars are. That's the way it's going to go. So we've got day-to-day data on the iMac, backup, archival, don't want to lose stuff on the Drobo, both places, backup via CrashPlan. So we're talking about probably $500 or $600 for initial Drobo setup for the chassis and drives, and we're talking about $50 a year for CrashPlan. This will allow me to save years of photos, both pocket photos for parties and stuff, and professional photos that I take via JVig Photography. So that gives me a huge range there of professional things, important things. I've got years of customer invoices, things I've paid for, lots of things that are very, very important to me. So that's the plan. If you have a better solution or other solutions, let me know. I want to know what you guys use. I want to know what's out there. This data recovery, data storage, data safety industry is very, very fragmented. There is no one good solution. Everybody's kind of got a Frankenstein plan like I have going on. So I want to know what you guys think. I'll let you know how this plan works out for me. Keep me posted. Let's talk more about storage. With the increasing data consumption that we have, the larger size files that we're using, just the rate at which we're saving, growing, this is going to become more and more important to people. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever terabyte drives in your computer are wonderful, but you lose one drive, you're losing 4 terabytes worth of stuff. So somebody else is obviously in the same boat as me. So let me know what you think. I'm going to, hopefully soon, I'm going to talk to Drobo tomorrow, see what we can do about getting a unit in my hands in the near future, and working through all this, getting a good solution in place, and I'll let you know how it goes. So keep me posted, and hopefully we can talk about this.